Breaking news. Beef tongue has been known to cause erectile dysfunction and a condition known as hot dog fingers. Ask Dr. Cola if beef tongue is right for you.
Hot dog fingers like in
Everything, everywhere, all
everything
at once.
everyone wants. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, so new year, new everything. What's up?
New. What do you mean new everything? New fun facts?
Yeah, new fun facts all around.
Cool. All right, Walker, you want me to start?
Go for it.
All right.
This is the weakest start to a new year for sure.
Fun fact: there's a man who skipped work for a decade and he still got paid. This is a government worker in Spain. What he would do is he'd clock in at 7:30 in the morning and then clock out at 3:30 in the afternoon. And he was able to get away with this for 10 years and nobody knew and get paid for it. What he had been doing on the side was he was running a male brothel during his day and drawing not safe for work comics. So he was making money doing getting paid.
In addition to running the brothel.
Yeah. In addition to running the brothel, he was getting paid his government job that he was at.
I'm more interested in the male brothel. Meaning, do women go over to the brothel house to sleep with the men, or is it the men that goes to?
I mean,
Yeah.
basically, he just had like a bunch of people come into his house and get services from his
Friends,
his workers, and then they would leave. And then also,
it's just
customers.
it's weird to imagine that as a facility to attain those services.
Yeah,
like from men.
So he's running a Bigelow show.
Yeah, he's running basically like a gigolo house. While he was clocked in at work and also in between drawing random comics and not safe for work
of his male brothel.
Yeah, it's
That's good.
He's playing the system.
Oh, that's good.
Like
that.
His comics were about a male stripper that was a superhero.
All right, here's my fun fact.
What you got, Cola?
Your nose is always visible to you, but your mind ignores it.
What?
So you can see your nose, but in your mind just ignores it.
Isn't it because of like the vision, the way you have your eyes? It's not focusing on the nose. It's focused on sort of what's
like your peripherals just refuse to catch your nose.
Yeah, it's just saying, oh, you know what? Since it's our eyes are both looking at it, let's cut it out. It's like similar to when you look at goggles with two things and that in between, our mind just combines the images into one.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, I could see that because like if I close one eye, I try to look off one eye, I could see like a little outline of my nose. Right. But then like when I'm looking forward, I don't, the nose kind of like becomes invisible because of the combined perspective or vision. It's in a blind spot.
Interesting. Still trying to, I mean, yeah, I guess, because it's just like, I always just figured that your face is contoured enough to where your eyes ignore, like, just don't see them. But what if you have an abundantly large nose? Because I've seen some folks with like jiggly nostrils before. This is the strangest thing.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe you just wear one of those giant nose costumes and see if you can see your nose.
All right. My fun fact: dogs actually can see color. When they've been known to like identify certain extra colors like blues and reds and such.
Oh, so it's not gray?
No, they're not. It's not. It's not a colorblind scale. So they can't like they can do color identification for certain things. All right. Speaking of identifying colors, our topic for today, our topic for today is when to jump out the dating pool when colors are too. Okay, this is getting racist. um, yeah, like when to get out of the dating pool. This topic was brought to us by Kola, and I'm not sure I understand it all that much.
Since I'm the only one that's not engaged or married, I mean, it's like you're still in that dating pool. I'm still in that dating pool. Um, so like, I mean, yeah. So when is it time to go? Like, is it time when you don't want to go out anymore to the clubs, or you don't want to use your apps to go out on the date? It's like when do you call it quits?
When someone shits in the
And
pool.
so or like you're just frustrated with dating all in general. You're like, I found somebody, I'm happy with it, so I'm gonna close it. That's what I meant. It's like, hey, like, oh, I'm done with dating. This is it. I'm done. It's like, when do you call it?
Mhm. I guess it just depends on your style of dating, really. Like, it's the thing about dating is just like it can go so many different avenues, and it could like come from like so many different um, aspects of life where it's like if you you could go the mainstream route where it's just like it's a lot of like social media like dating apps and stuff like that where everything is extremely convenient, or there's always the avenues of the more niche markets of like meetups and just exploring activities with exploring hobbies and activities and just meeting people like that.
After, I mean, dating now is not like the old school way of dating. Um,
Mm-hmm.
it's like, the thing is, like, once you get into dating apps, you realize that certain people have it and certain people don't, and that's even more difficult to navigate when you have to deal with that. So I'm just saying,
Mm-hmm.
but I mean, yeah, in general, like, I think men will find, I mean, once they get into that pool, it's like, oh, it's not as easy as it's not as easy.
Yeah, I can agree with that.
Yeah.
It's also just a way we're kind of force fed a lot of things like really fast that it's just not being able to slow down either. So it's like now the attraction scale is constantly being broken down to where it's like you can figure out if someone's worth your time or like if you're attracted to someone in the first 7 seconds of meeting them or something. Or the same thing with first impressions. It's just like simplifying it so much to where it's like you have an answer then and there, and when you don't have your answer, then that's pretty much like it's pretty much like room for dismissal. So it's sort of like how we're trained to filter out information now. What's been your experience with dating, Cola?
Cola. I think. Well, I mean, I, you know, I, I don't like. I used. I mean, I enjoy it. And so, I mean, for other people, it's like, yeah, it's like. I mean, if you have the balls enough to go ask people out, it's a lot of fun. Sometimes, sometimes it's a little crazy, and I got a lot of crazy stories. So some good, and some bad. So I don't know. So
Mm.
So yeah, I mean the thing is like you you kind of like expect it. I mean you kind of like need to go into it like not expecting too much out of it and just like have fun with it. But I think that's how all people should go about it. But yeah, it's crazy. It's crazy out there, especially now. It's not the same old same old. So it's
Mm.
not.
Yeah, I can
That's
imagine.
not
Dating's
right.
tiring. Like,
Mm.
wow.
So I'm so that's the thing. I'm asking because I'm outside. I'm kind of like the outlier of like dating apps. I haven't gone into like an incredible amount of it. I think I was just on dating websites at the very most. But that's like even that stuff got phased out for me. And it's just like, okay, well, like that's the thing. It's like I don't under like I have not had any experience in that culture. And it's from the sounds of it, it's remarkably simplified. Swipe left, swipe right, kind of thing. And it's like, wow, well,
That's true, but I think the time that I was on those dating apps, it it takes up a lot of time because you're just basically going through, and then you have to, once you get that connection with someone, there's that back and forth text, and then you can get ghosted, you cannot get ghosted. We'll see where the conversation goes. It's a lot of, just preliminary work to get to actually going on a date through those apps.
how much have you gotten swiped to get to smash?
uh, Not a lot. If you're a guy, dating apps kind of suck because most of the people who use dating apps are dudes. So um
So
you
it's 20 to 1.
yeah, the pool is more favored for
You just like it gets to the point where they just pair you with other men. Like, man, fuck it, there will be sex.
um so, yeah, sometimes it'd be like sometimes sometimes you just match up what you do swipe, you keep swiping and you don't realize you swipe on a guy, right? So you keep swiping and then all of a sudden you match with the guy and then the guy well for me like the guy's like, hey man, how you doing, how's this dating thing going on? I mean it's tough, man. I've been swiping all day. I've been swiping all day and I just get you. I'm like, oh. But the thing is, like, I think we both realized
You're
that we
my
kept
best
on
hit.
the crazy thing, like we keep swiping, we realize like we haven't been paying attention to it. And it's just like, we haven't been paying attention to it, so we swipe on the guy, and then the guy's like, oh, how come we match? It's because we were doing it and not looking at the thing. It's crazy.
Uh, like I think I saw a funny one where a dude got a fidget spinner and then he just used a spinner to just like keep swiping, keep swiping right, like on everything. So he just ran the spinner over the phone.
Yeah. And
Just
then
like
I think
swipe right on everyone.
the other difficult thing is like if you don't, because for women you can, there's a particular set that you want. This is, you want height, you want race, and you want this you thing, and then sometimes the most desired races don't get picked, so it's like it's even more of a time consuming thing too because you're constantly on it. I mean, I think I was on it for like 2 years until I got a date. So yeah, so it's like sometimes, so but sometimes you just got to go out and enjoy life. Go to Vegas.
Yeah, and then
Mm.
people on those apps, they could like kind of catfish you. like you think they look like this, but then it's actually not. Or and it's not
Then
like,
it's that same guy Cola was talking to.
you know, yeah, so you can get
Like,
cat.
what is this?
Oh,
So yeah.
then how many times have you guys been catfished?
Um, to be honest, I say once, and we actually scheduled for a date, and I showed up. They didn't show up at all. I think this is some bullshit.
I didn't get catfish, but I heard stories of catfishing. I mainly got ghosted.
I imagine I'd be ghosted. Honestly, it's just oh, like hmm. I have not been on a dating scene in quite a while. I know that when I was there, like it made me realize like some people just get really weird around me, kind of thing. Like I don't know. I get some girls that just like to talk a lot of shit, and then like, but they want to keep coming back to talk, type of thing, and just like, okay.
Talk shit about you, or
Well, kind of, but it's not. I don't know. It's just, but it's weird because it's just like it's to be. It's not to say like come up to me and tell me I'm ugly or anything. It's just like just kind of like playfully adversarial type of talking shit, and you know, and I seem to be the type that seems to attract the antagonistic types of personalities. So it's just like, but like one thing is it's just like they'll constantly tell me like, well, I only date this kind of race and I don't date your kind of race. I never really found like their race to be like all that, and I'm just like, that's cool. You know, what I have to say to that is you probably have not met the right one.
Why would they
like no
go
one.
out with? Why would they go on a date with you? Like, no, so
and then
stupid.
roast you.
What the hell kind of ego?
I
Like,
think that's the time where you gotta. I'm out of this dating
Yeah,
pool.
yeah. It's just like, yeah, and that's my thing. It's just like I'm typically a very logical person, so it's like those things where it breaks my logic too much starts to become really exhausting to me. Then I'm just kind of like, that's when I kind of like pull out, like, nah, I'm done. So it's just like I have a tendency to not want those personality types, but it's just funny to me when people tell me things like that, and then like as we go on, like some like those same people are the ones that end up getting really close to me, or or they start saying things like, well, I'm like, I see something that like I see something in you that I don't see in many people. And it's just like, yeah, because like you just learned about someone's personality. But
yeah, instead
yeah,
of being judgy over all the different people, you just gotta focus on meeting the individual.
yeah, because you never know. Like that's the thing. I like I hate to turn down like an experience just because of my ego. And because especially if I don't know the person, and like, there's always a possibility that if you get past the first like 20-30 minutes of bullshit, you may find like an actual person in there. So it's like I kind of like let those things happen, because it's just like, again, eh, I'm very I'm very logical about it, but it's also just like, stop giving me the small talk and like let's get to know like who the actual person is. And so usually it takes it takes like a little bit of time, but you know, when they do open up to me, then it's just like it turns into a really fun time.
That's cool. I'm glad you're able to sort of convince them to let go of their biases or whatever.
Yeah, because I mean, like realistically, I'm also just like people are generally stupid before they're racist.
Yeah,
So,
a lot more ignorance.
mhm. But yeah, it it is funny too. But I mean, like I jokingly rub it in their face, like, "Ha, proved you wrong." But uh, yeah. What about your experience, Jack?
Taken out of the dating pool, or
Hmm.
I mean,
What is your threshold
threshold for,
when you should get out?
yeah, when you should get out. I mean, I think if you've been dating and then the person you're dating, you, you know, you love and you can see you can see that person as someone you can commit to, and yeah.
So when you find
And
someone,
that's when it's over.
Hmm?
And that's when he's
mm,
at the dating pool.
Yeah, that's when you're in a dating pool because you don't want to deal with the
mm,
dating shit anymore.
mm,
Especially if you're older. If you're
oh,
older, like I'm time to deal with these kids that don't know.
Enjoy while you're young, and
Yeah,
not when
that's one
you're
thing.
like,
Is like if you're um an adult, then, or if you're an adult, if
or
you're older, it's the pool is going to grow smaller from the younger age. So most of the people that are available for dating will be a lot younger, and then at that point, it's going to be hard to relate to these kids.
unless you're older who enjoys younger.
Well, that's for a certain type of people.
Oh, I know plenty of those types.
Yeah,
But I mean, they at the same time, it's like they speak their own truths when they're just like, well, if you were given like if you had the opportunity, like if you were not in a relationship and you had that opportunity, you would probably take it, you know. And I have to say, like part of me part of me would not disagree. Um, you know, if like because as you get older, you know, things do tend to like not like turn out as well. And it's just like if you got enough in you to have that kind of lifestyle with someone way younger, damn, more power to you. But it's also a reflection of it's also a reflection of your maturity level too.
yeah.
or you're mature, and then the person who's dating the older person, the
Yeah,
younger
you
person who's dating person, they might be
be
young
a person that's like
too.
an old
Yeah.
soul that is more mature. So can't just judge them by age.
They're like a
Or you just have
17 year
a,
old
or you just have a,
17 or 18-year-old that lives like a grandma.
Yeah,
or you
as long
just
as
have
they're
a, just
legal.
have a young spirit, or you just have a young spirit.
Yeah, that too.
Just afraid of getting old at that point.
Just have a young spirit. I didn't. Um, Sometimes I tell my coworkers how they think I'm older than I am. So
Wait, they think you're older than what you
yeah,
are?
they think I'm older. When I tell them my age, they're like, "Oh my god, I thought you were older."
Five. Fuck.
What
Cause
age did they give you?
huh? Oh, like Charlie,
What age did they guess?
I thought you were 45. I'm like, no, I'm not 45. Because I do my work and I'm responsible and I reply back.
Damn. I mean,
I
do they
mean,
do they see you on
I
video?
act like a grown ass man.
they do. I think it's all the gray hairs
Yeah.
that's
So
puts them
what
off.
you should get is
Yeah.
there's like a dye you can get to dye your
No
beard.
way. No way. I'm not.
That way you can-
Like at this point, no. It's like if you were introduced to a new place, yes. But if you're vetted in
No way.
your own place, it's just
I mean,
quit
for me,
lying to
like
yourself.
I wouldn't put anything near my like all that chemicals and stuff. Like, forget it. I'm not gonna risk that. Like, I'd rather
Mm.
live a couple years and have jet black hair and like be like Giuliani, have it sweating around my face. I'm not gonna risk that.
Uh, I would do Sharpies just to mimic a beard.
Have you done that?
No, I have
Just
not.
go like just paint it right here underneath your lip.
Like just do lines, just running along the jawline.
Nice. Yeah, I haven't been shaving, so I've just been growing this to see how far it can go. I'm looking like an old man.
You see it like you see where the focus is, where all the hair growth is. It's usually around the mustache, beard area, and
Yeah.
soul patch.
Yep.
When I cut my hair recently and like shaved, the women in my workplace were saying that I just certainly got like 10 to 20 years younger
Nice.
because yeah. And I'm like, well, I mean, our family generally had pretty good genetics, so we just like look young, like for most of our lives. Yeah, but do like with that, do I belong in the dating pool? Probably not.
Not your character, Tommy.
And
I mean,
I mean,
mm,
not your character. Walk, walk.
I mean, the people now, like our ages, they're probably, they might be single or they might be divorced. Who knows?
mhm. So where would you open? Okay, so that would be another question. Where how far of a demographic would you allow yourself to date? How much older and how much younger?
I mean, I think when you get older, it doesn't matter too much. It's just the gap could be like, uh, could be important because then it's hard to me to figure out how you relate to them. Like 10 years younger, 10 years older. Just, I think if you're within 4 years, then it's similar enough to that where you can share some experiences, some similar experiences growing up.
So it's so 10 years up and
Okay,
10 years
so
down.
yeah, like what is the age range here?
I think 3 years above and
Yeah,
then 10
years
years below.
above or 3 years. Wow, 3 years above and 10 years
Mhm.
below. Okay.
Damn,
That's
really?
for you, Cola.
Mhm.
I mean, yeah, I guess I wouldn't put it past them. Just see how they are. They're not too much of a, kid. Not like a kid, but
Mm. Okay.
But yeah, while you're still young, go at it, go for it. Date as many as you can, willing,
Mhm.
able. Just do it as much as you can. And then once you get older, then
What was yours again, Cola?
what?
What was yours again?
3 years above, and then 10 years below.
Yeah. Damn.
No one's gonna answer that question either. Just me.
Huh? Oh
I
no,
already answered
I'll
mine.
beat
I said
you.
three above or
I'd
three
beat you.
below.
Oh, so
Actually.
you too. What was that?
Dude, I'd beat you. Like I'd be like, if they're 20, that's fine. If they're 5 years older, that's fine. Like that's my range. just because it's just like
You said 20 years younger?
hmm? No, if they're 20
20.
and above.
Okay.
They can't even drink.
Yeah, dang, man.
Gotta go buy them alcohol.
Just because I'm just like, well, you know, I still have that level of immaturity personally. So it's like,
No, you know, Jack, it sounds like a Korean drama is where the girl outside with her friends, she asked the older guy to go get beer and he buys her alcohol and they fall in love. It's like, what? So yeah, that'd be a hilarious. It's like the one of those Korean dramas like, he's like, can you buy us beer? He's like, no.
yeah. I do like, I will admit though, like when younger women do talk to me, I get a little weirded out. Like when I talk to younger women that like want to get closer to me, I'm
Uh-huh.
just like, like
Back the fuck up.
not because not because of that, because I'm actually married, so it's just like I'm like that would be a little that's a little too much dangerous territory there. I remember being your age, and I remember how rabid I was when it came to the dating world. So like I'm good, dude. Yeah, but oh yeah, and I believe Jack has some great news to share with the rest of the peoples about his life.
Yeah, I'm engaged.
Boop, 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 boop,
So
boop.
now the dynamic is no longer from the perspective of what was it, single, then relationship, then a married person. It's now single, then engaged. So you're about to go through a hell of a ride,
Dang.
and then the married.
Yeah,
And then when you're married, Cola's gonna be singled out.
literally single.
Better figure your shit out quick.
I can't hang out with you guys anymore. I'm sorry.
Oh, so Cola, then uh how this is my own personal question, just because like I've experienced it too, but I just wanted to get your take on it now. Like, how does it like? Does it feel weird though? Like when you you find that others are getting married?
No, not at all. I know a lot of
Mhm.
people who have gotten married before me, so
Yeah. So
not at
like
all.
hanging out wise too. I mean,
Um, you you'll probably see me less and less. So sorry, I don't like to. For me, like I don't like to show
no,
up for like events where there's like couples and stuff. So like I just don't.
yeah, it's yeah, and that's the thing. It's just like when it just depends on certain dynamics of like hanging out with friends. And a lot of my coworkers are young and they're still single. So it's like, you know, when I invite people out for like, you know, outings, including my wife, then it's just like, the reception I get is a little bit different. But then again, it's just like when I hang out with married couples, like it turns out to be like one without the other because they want to get away from the other one. It's like, okay. I mean, I understand because like that can get pretty relatable at times. Welcome to the world, Jack.
Yeah, we'll see. A little bit scary because, like, you used to being by yourself. Now you got to share. You know,
Are you are you are you guys moving in or
yeah, she'll eventually move in, but once things start moving, progressing towards that point of wedding bells.
how long have you
Are
you guys been
you?
dating?
We've been dating about more than 4 years, like four and
Oh
a
shit!
half, 4.5
Yeah.
years. So yeah,
Yeah.
it's been a while.
Are you gonna be allowed to do podcast?
I'm sure we'll be podcasting.
Do we need permission?
Hanging with the boys,
Mm, yeah, that's cool. That's cool. All right, so we're about to wrap up. For those that don't know us, it's pretty much been a hiatus for a few months, which you probably won't have experienced that. But Cola's the editor, so with that, we out. Stay safe, keep your butthole clean, and keep it nice and waxed. We're out.
I say for New Year's, get a bidet.
Good day.
If you don't like it, you'll like it when it's clean. All right, guys.